Yesterday we posted a video talking all good things about the HTC One M9, but this video will talk about all the not so good things we've experienced and noticed during our week of testing. My name is Marco Hanna and welcome to the HTC One M9 5 Biggest Disappointments. Number 1 must be the biggest disappointment of them all. Sadly, the 20 megapixel sensor from Sony was not enough for HTC's weird software. The camera, while a major improvement from the HTC One M8's camera, is still rather not good. First of all the shots you take outside in perfect sun-filled days will look decent. Details there when you're looking from afar, but when you zoom in, you'll see a lot of weird imperfections in the photo. Now take it inside in any type of low light situation and you'll see some horrible things. 4K video is not as good as any OEM right now. I would say OnePlus One, the LG G3, the S5, S6, and Note 4 all have one or more legs up on the HTC One M9 right now. And this is a hugely sad thing because we know how good of a sensor Sony makes, and this is really in fault of software from HTC. And it can be fixed, so please, HTC, do us a favor and fix the freaking camera. Number 2 is the battery life. Now the HTC One M9 houses a 2,840 mAh battery inside, which sounds like a plenty good amount, but I must say I averaged around 4 hours of screen on time maximum, and that may be good for some of you guys, but I've definitely gotten more on other devices. Number 3 is the new position of the lock switch, and yes, you're probably saying, but Marco, didn't you include that in your top 5 improvements video yesterday? Well, yes, I did, but I wanted to bring up a point that the lock switch was actually a little too low for my comfort. Most of the time, I would end up hitting the top or bottom volume rocker instead. I'm only throwing a suggestion out there to move the lock switch on top or above the volume rockers, but I still do mainly use the double tap to wake feature anyway. Number 4 is the lack of a changed design, but mainly they made the phone a bit thicker than the last model. The HTC One M9 wasn't a thin phone either, and almost everyone in the Android OEM war is going to a thinner is better proposition. While I do value battery life over anything, which this phone still doesn't give me, it wouldn't hurt to make the phone thinner. Number 5 is the one I'm most afraid to share. You've probably heard the rumors of the HTC One M9 getting warm while being tested. You probably know that the S6 and S6 Edge are not using these Snapdragon chips. Well, I'm afraid to say that during my days of using this phone, it does get a tad bit warm. And when I say that, I mean more warm than a typical smartphone. The thing is, this is an aluminum unibody construction device, and aluminum is a very good radiator of heat, both from your hands and also the internals. So basically it acts like a heat sink, taking heat or drawing heat from your hand, plus drawing heat from the processor and the GPU and also the screen and battery. So naturally, it does get warm, but during intensive things like watching 1080p video, it does get pretty damn warm. Not to the point where you're saying it's really hot, but it's definitely more warm than your typical norm. And I've confirmed this with a few fellow reviewers, so it's not really an isolated thing where I say I have a defective model, my unit works perfectly fine. And the reason why I put this in the last spot is most serious buyers will want to watch the entirety of this video. And I honestly don't want to deter you away from your purchase. Now, if you tune into our full review in a day or two, you'll see how much I really do like this phone, but it definitely has its quirks and problems, this being one of them. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. Make sure to leave some comments and questions below, and I'll try to answer as many as I can get to. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button if you found it helpful, and as always, my name is Marco Hanna, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.